More reactions around the world to the death of Alexei Navalny, known as one of the fiercest and most vocal critics of Russian President Vladimir Putin, who was widely blamed for Navalny's death. This morning, a spokesperson confirming the news on social media, saying Navalny's mother received the official notification Friday afternoon. The family is being told the cause of death has, quote, not been established, and they are demanding his body be handed over from the morgue. You may remember Navalny blamed Putin for trying to poison him back in 2020. That's an incident that left him in a medically induced coma for more than 2 weeks. We're following the story from all angles this morning. Let's check in with our very own Robert Sherman for the latest fallout from around the world. He is live in Tel Aviv. Hi, Robert.
Hey there, Hena. As you can imagine, ever since that news broke yesterday, reaction has been pouring in from all corners of the globe, some demanding answers, others already pointing the finger at the Kremlin and Vladimir Putin. As it so happens, so many world leaders and heads of state are currently in Munich, Germany, at the Munich Security Conference, with topics of discussion being discussed about how to ensure stability in the world, here in the Middle East, here in Ukraine. With this news coming down and breaking, this has definitely become a talking point here. One head of state who is not surprised about what has happened, though, you saw him on your screen there, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who had this to say in Munich.
We have just learned, as Mr. Chancellor has just said, that Alexei Navalny has died in a Russian prison. Obviously, he was killed by Putin, like thousands of others who have been tortured because of this one person. Putin doesn't care who dies, as long as he retains his position, and that is why he must not keep anything. Putin must lose everything. He must not retain anything, and must be held accountable for what he has done.
And coincidentally, in attendance at this event as well, Navalny's wife, who learned the news in Germany. This is her with the European Commission president. She met with multiple world leaders and said this to reporters.
I want Putin and everyone around Putin, Putin's friends, his government, to know that they will bear responsibility for what they did to our country, to my family, and to my husband. And this day will come very soon. And I want to call on the entire world community, all the people in this room, all over the world, so that we unite together and defeat this evil, defeat this horrific regime that is now in Russia.
So the big question here is, what is the fallout going to be around the globe? There are some who are very concerned about the instability that this could create. And there are other heads of state who are already calling for the world to come together in support of Ukraine to fight Russia. A lot of those discussions carrying on today in Munich. Hena?
We're seeing so many anti-Putin protests around the world, even where you are in Tel Aviv, Robert. Tell us more about those.
Yeah, I mean, they've been all over the place in the United States, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, and then here in Israel as well, which I think it's worth noting that here in Israel, there's actually a very large Russian population of people who have left the country. It's actually one of the most commonly spoken languages here. I mean, we saw these demonstrations in Tel Aviv where people were very angry. We saw signs that said, "Don't give up hope." I mean, these are conversations that Russians around the globe are having here, as Navalny was a figurehead for many of them and a symbol of peace and a possibly new Russia that could be on the horizon here. So some of the people who we met yesterday, very heartbroken, very angry, a lot of people demanding answers. Hena?
Robert Sherman live in Tel Aviv. Thank you so much, Robert. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.